Well, it happened. The judge has ruled that it's okay for AT&T to purchase Time Warner, to acquire Time Warner, and that means Warner Brothers and DC and all the other stuff that, Warner Brothers does, with movies and television and stuff. Now, it was a case of AT&T versus the federal government. The Trump administration was saying, that it would be hard on consumers or like antitrust stuff or something like that. That's why they were challenging this. And, the burden of proof was on them to prove that AT&T would be doing a bad thing if they bought Warner Brothers and stuff. But the judge said, nope, you haven't proven that this would be a detriment to anybody, so I'm approving it. So I think it was $85 billion that AT&T was going to pay for all of this, and now it's okay for them to do it. Now, the federal government does have a chance to appeal this decision, but the judge did warn them that if they did try to appeal it, it probably wouldn't work. And, it would be kind of a weak claim. So it does look like it's going to happen. And, AT&T is going to go ahead and move forward with the acquisition, which will probably take a little while to take place, for them to do the paperwork, all that kind of stuff. Now, what this means is this sends a signal to other mega corporations that they can go acquire and consolidate, other brands, like Disney trying to get Fox and Comcast trying to get Fox too. Comcast had said they were going to make an all-cash bid to get Fox, to outbid Disney for it. And, people are upset at Comcast, a lot of people, because they want Disney to get Fox. So that means that Marvel will get all of the X-Men and Fantastic Four characters and they could all be absorbed within the MCU. But, if Comcast gets it, that might not happen. And so that's why people are looking at this case to see if Comcast would be emboldened by this decision. And it looks like they will be. They've already said that if AT&T got Time Warner, they would make their all-cash bid to get Fox. So here's how we stand. Here's where we stand now. Now, the big question a lot of DC fans are, have, and what a lot of people watching this channel probably have is, what does this mean for, Warner Brothers, the DC movies and the comics? Well, we don't exactly know yet. I mean, usually when there's big acquisitions like this, it means a new company likes to change leadership, clean house. That can happen. But we don't know what they're going to do because Walter Hamada, the new guy in charge of DC Films, he just got that job. So I think it's too soon to tell whether or not any house needs to be cleaned, in the DC movie area because we haven't seen. He might do really well. I mean, Aquaman doesn't come out until December, and I think how that does, will determine, how well, AT&T and people, how the public will think of Walter Hamada's leadership. It's too early to tell. Of course, AT&T could go, we don't care, we're going to make some changes anyway. So we'll see. The one thing that I would change if I was AT&T is I would kill one of those Joker movies. You only need to make one Joker movie. You don't need to have Jared Leto and Joaquin Phoenix making two Joker movies at the same time. I don't like that. Pick one and stick with it. As for DC Comics, I don't know there either. I mean, I've been liking DC Comics the way they are now, with the DC Rebirth and stuff. And I think DC Rebirth and Dark Knight's Metal and a lot of those crossovers that have been happening lately, I think they've been going over well with fans, and I think they've been selling well. I don't pay attention to comic book sales, to be honest with you. I just read what I read and like what I like. But so far, I think that the health of the DC Comics library in terms of the content and the product they put out is pretty good. And I don't think they really need to change that much. But we'll see what AT&T thinks, their new bosses. Now, as you know, just a little while ago, just before this deal was approved, Jeff Johns moved out of his role and got his own producing deal. So, that makes me think that he knew something was coming. And he was trying to maneuver himself into a position so he might avoid potentially beginning the axe. Because I think a lot of people at Warner Brothers in DC right now are worried. Now that they have new management, AT&T, is the company going to start, the parent company now, AT&T, going to start firing and, pushing people out and things like that. Just a little while ago, Diane Nelson, who used to be Jeff Johns' boss, she left Warner Brothers, or DC. They said she exited. She went on leave and then exited, but I think she was pushed out. I don't know. I don't work there, but it does seem to me that there are signs that there might be people there who are concerned with, now that they have new management, will they still have their jobs? And I think everybody's going to be looking to see, is there going to be a reorganization within Warner Brothers in DC now that AT&T owns them? I personally think when it comes to the DC movies, they should wait and give Walter Hamada a chance to see, if he's doing a good job before they do anything with him. Because, he hasn't had a chance to do anything. He just got his job. And his first movie, Aquaman, doesn't come out until 6 or 7 months from now. But there we have it. There's my DC movie update of the moment, I guess. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.